Hello, greetings to you, wherever you're watching me from. In today's video, we'll be looking at this simple question from Jam Chemistry. We have this organic compound whose structure is given here. So we are required to identify the compound, right? To name the compound. The Iupac nomenclature for the compound above is what? Is it 4-methylpent-1N, 3-methylpent-2N, 4-methylpent-2N, 2-methylpent-2N, or 2-methylpent-4N? All right. In naming Iupac nomenclature for for hydrocarbons, that is aliphatic compounds. So if you look at this hydrocarbon, it's just, or if you look at this compound, it just contains only hydrogen and what? Carbon. So that is why we call it hydrocarbon. And for you to name this, the first thing you have to do is to identify the roots. Now, in naming organic compound, there are three things you need to identify, and the first thing is the roots of the compound. The second one, you identify the prefix. Then you identify what? The suffix. Just like in English language, some words, in some words, we have a root word. We have the one you form by adding a prefix. Then you have the one you form by adding what? A suffix. So the root of this compound is its longest chain. Now, how do we identify the longest chain? We need to count the number of carbon atoms that forms the straight chain. So if you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you count 5, any extra one is considered what? A branch. So the root of this carbon atom or this compound is determined by the number of carbon atoms that make up the straight chain. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the root is what? So for 5 carbon atoms, we have what? Pent. So the root of that compound is what? Pent. A derivative of what? Pentane. Because it has 5 carbon atoms, pent. But remember, if it is 3 carbon atoms, 1 carbon atom is met, 1 carbon atom is met, 2 carbon atoms is ep, 3 carbon atoms pro, 4 but, 5 pent, 6 hex, 7 hept, 8 oct, 9 non, 10 dic. So decane, nonane, octane, heptane, hexane, pentane, butane, propane, ethane, and what? Methane. So these are common common roots which are derivative of what? Alkanes. So because this is 5 carbon atoms that make up the longest chain, it is what? Pent. Then this pent represents the roots. Now something is likely to come in front, which is what we call prefix, and something can come at the end, which is what we call what? Suffix. So now, how do we know the prefix? The prefix is determined by the branch. So this is a branch. As we have already identified, that this is a branch, or what we call substituents. So the prefix is the substituent. What is the name of this substituent? If you look at this substituent now, it is what? Methyl. An alkyl group is an alkane that has lost 1 hydrogen atom. So this is methane. If this methane loses 1 hydrogen atom, it becomes what? Methyl. CH3. This is ethane. If it loses 1 hydrogen atom, it becomes what? Ethyl. This is methane, methyl, ethane, ethyl. This is propane. If it loses 1 hydrogen atom, it becomes what? Propyl. Something like this. So this is methyl. And where is it located? At carbon number what? Is it carbon number 2 or carbon number 4? That is another challenge. Somebody can number this thing from here, starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, in my first numbering, I number from this side. So another person may decide to number from this side. Two of them cannot give you correct name. Only one is correct. Now, how do I know the correct one? I need to look at this. There is a place we have double bond here. This double bond determines the functional group of this compound. So the double bond determines the functional group. So I'm going to number with the one that gives a lower number to the functional group. So if I start from here to number, this functional group falls at carbon number 1. If I start from here to number, the functional group falls at carbon number 5. So considering 5 and 1, which one is lowest? 1, I guess. You will say so. So 1 is lowest. So we consider this one as this lower number to the carbon atom that bears the word functional group. So we have to number from here. So this is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, and carbon number 4. So this substituent here is located at carbon number 4. So we call it 4-methyl. So we have 4-methyl pents. So because of this, now the last name here now is determined by the functional group. So what functional group is present here is alkane, which the name ends with what? E-N-E, alkane. And again, the double bond is found on the first carbon atom, carbon number 1. So which is pent 1N. So the Iupac name of this compound is 4-methyl pent 1N. So that is option A. 4-methyl pent 1N. I trust you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button and share. See you in my next video. God bless you.